Have you ever dreamed of a place where time slows down, where every corner holds a story, and where nature and art become one? Imagine stepping into a world that feels like a living painting, a personal paradise tucked away from the hustle and bustle of modern life. Today, we are journeying into the heart of one of China's most cherished cultural treasures, the home garden. These aren't just patches of green with a few flowers. They are miniature universes, meticulously crafted to be tranquil oases that soothe the soul. For centuries, Chinese scholars, poets, and officials have sought refuge in these private sanctuaries. More than just a backyard, a traditional Chinese garden is a philosophical statement, a place for contemplation, creativity, and connection with the natural world. It's about creating a microcosm of the larger universe, a landscape that you can wander through both physically and spiritually. The goal isn't to tame nature, but to collaborate with it, to create a perfect harmony between human architecture and the wild beauty of the earth. So, what makes these gardens so enchanting? It all starts with the design philosophy. Unlike the symmetrical, manicured lawns of Western gardens, Chinese gardens embrace asymmetry and the beauty of the untamed. The design aims to surprise and delight. You won't see the entire garden from one single viewpoint. Instead, you're invited on a journey. Winding, meandering pathways guide you, concealing and revealing new scenes with every step you take. This concept is called borrowed scenery, where distant mountains or pagodas are framed by a moon gate or a window, becoming part of the garden's composition. Let's talk about the key elements. Water is the lifeblood of a Chinese garden. A serene pond, often with a gentle stream feeding into it, represents the constant flow and change of life. The calm surface of the water reflects the sky, the trees, and the surrounding pavilions, creating a beautiful interplay of reality and illusion. Often, you'll find vibrant koi fish swimming gracefully, their bright colors a stark, beautiful contrast to the tranquil green and gray tones of the garden. They symbolize good fortune and perseverance, adding another layer of meaning. Next, we have the mountains, represented by rocks. But these aren't just any rocks. They are carefully selected and arranged to evoke the grandeur of majestic mountain ranges. Taihu rocks, harvested from Lake Tai, are especially prized. Their porous, weathered surfaces and dynamic shapes are considered living sculptures. They represent strength, endurance, and the very bones of the earth. These rockeries are not just decorative. They create miniature landscapes that you can explore, with tiny paths and hidden grottoes that spark the imagination. Of course, no garden is complete without plants. But in a Chinese garden, every plant is chosen for its symbolic meaning. Bamboo, for instance, represents integrity and resilience because it bends in the wind but doesn't break. Pine trees symbolize longevity and steadfastness, often clinging to the rockeries like they would on a mountain cliff. The plum blossom, which bravely flowers in the late winter snow, is a symbol of hope and perseverance in the face of adversity. And the elegant lotus, rising pure and clean from the muddy water, represents purity of the heart and mind. The selection and placement of these plants create a garden that tells a story through the seasons. Architecture is the fourth essential element, and it's designed to seamlessly blend with the natural surroundings. You won't find imposing, grand structures here. Instead, you'll discover delicate wooden pavilions perched over the water, offering a place to sit, drink tea, and compose poetry. Graceful, arched bridges, often called moon bridges for their perfect circular reflection in the water, connect different parts of the garden. Open-sided corridors with ornate latticework windows snake along the walls, providing shelter from the sun and rain while framing ever-changing views of the landscape. These structures aren't meant to dominate the garden but to enhance the experience of being in nature, providing viewpoints for contemplation and appreciation. Let's take a walk through a hypothetical garden. We enter through a simple, unassuming gate. The path immediately turns, hiding what lies beyond. As we follow the winding stone path, we hear the gentle gurgle of a nearby stream. We pass under a cluster of bamboo, its leaves rustling in the breeze. The path opens up, and suddenly, a calm pond appears before us. In the center is a small island with a single, twisted pine tree. A zigzag bridge leads to the other side. This design isn't just for aesthetics. It's rooted in folklore that evil spirits can only travel in straight lines, so the crooked path keeps them at bay. On the far side of the pond, nestled among a cluster of rocks, is a small pavilion. We can sit there, feel the cool breeze coming off the water, and watch the clouds reflected on its surface. From this vantage point, We look back and see a circular opening in a wall, a moon gate, perfectly framing a blooming peony bush in the distance. It's like looking at a series of living, three-dimensional landscape paintings. Every element, the rocks, the water, the plants, the buildings is meticulously placed to create a sense of balance and flow, a dynamic harmony. This is the essence of yin and yang, the Taoist concept of complementary forces, brought to life. These gardens were the personal retreats of their owners, spaces designed to reflect their character and ideals. They were places for social gatherings, but not for loud parties. Instead, friends would gather to play the guqin, a traditional stringed instrument, practice calligraphy, or challenge each other in games of Go. It was a space that fostered intellectual and artistic pursuits, a world away from the pressures of official duties and worldly concerns. One of the most famous examples is the Master of the Nets Garden in Suzhou, a city renowned for its classical gardens. Though it's one of the smallest, it's considered one of the most masterfully designed. It packs an incredible amount of scenery and detail into a tiny space. Walking through it feels like you're exploring a vast landscape, with its clever use of scale, perspective, and hidden corners. It shows that you don't need a huge estate to create a personal paradise. The beauty of the Chinese garden is that its principles can be applied anywhere. It's a way of thinking about our relationship with nature. It teaches us to appreciate the subtle beauty of a moss-covered rock, the delicate pattern of a leaf, and the changing light of the seasons. It encourages us to create spaces, no matter how small, that offer us a moment of peace and a connection to the natural world. It could be a small balcony with a few carefully chosen plants and a small water feature, or even just a single, beautifully shaped bonsai tree on a windowsill. The philosophy behind these gardens is more relevant today than ever. In our fast-paced, digitally driven world, we all need a place to unplug, to be quiet, and to reconnect with ourselves. The Chinese home garden is a timeless reminder of the importance of balance, harmony, and finding beauty in simplicity. It's an invitation to slow down, to observe, and to find tranquility not in some faraway destination, but right in our own backyard. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed, picture one of these serene oases. Imagine walking the winding paths, listening to the gentle sounds of water and wind, and feeling a sense of peace wash over you. These gardens are more than just a historical art form. They are a living tradition, a blueprint for creating a more balanced and harmonious life. Thank you so much for joining me on this peaceful journey today. I hope it's inspired you to find or create your own little oasis of calm. If you enjoyed this exploration of China's beautiful home gardens, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's cultural wonders. Let me know in the comments what your ideal peaceful place looks like. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.